What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Nintendo Guru. Guess what we don't have anymore? Nintendo Power. So what's up, everybody? Today was kind of like a kick to the gut, I think, for a lot of Nintendo fans. This magazine, no, it's not done now. Like, it's been done for a while now. Like, you know, Nintendo Power was basically a magazine that Nintendo put out back started in the 80s, went through the 90s for a little bit, I think into the 2000s. I think it finally stopped like 2006, somewhere like that, maybe 2007. So last week it was published all over the place that there was a gentleman that posted onto archive.org basically 13 years worth of Nintendo Power, starting at issue 1 and going as far as 13 goes. Today, that archive is gone, and it is missing. So, a lot of signs, clues, whatever, lead to the idea that Nintendo asked for this to be taken down. Now, full disclosure, I already shot a video like 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, and wasn't 100% happy with it. And I went and talked to my buddy Sean Capri, and I was like, listen, Sean, this is where I'm at with this. What do you think? And Sean did that little magical thing that he always does. And anybody that listens to the podcast, if we ran Nintendo, they know that real quickly, Sean can change my outlook on the way I feel about something. And he did that in this situation. Originally, my outlook was like, how could they do that? This is like going into a public library and getting the archives and stuff. And maybe to some degree, I was correct. But at the end of the day, Nintendo owns all of this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, they published it. They own the rights to all this. They are the content creators. So they're within all their rights to do this and to yank it down if that's what they did. But at the end of the day, I'm hoping that they didn't take it down. But let's say that they did. And at the end of the day, yes, it's your right to take it down because you own the copyrights on all that stuff. But what kind of a message are you sending? You know, like, this is just a continued thing that just feels like there's a weird disconnect with Nintendo and its fans. You know, the fanboy is going to immediately defend you and say that you are correct and you're right and people need to shut up. And that's fine. That's all well and good. But here's the thing I look at. If you're not going to reissue these and you're not going to sell these books anymore, you know what I mean? That you're done. It's over with. It's all said and done. Fine. More power to you. Don't sell them no more. But if you see the reaction that the internet gives by someone doing this to archive.org, then you have, I feel, the obligation to either leave it up or do something like this yourself. And obviously, if you saw the reaction from the fans and the people when they saw this, then obviously you know there's a huge need and a want for your magazines to be able to be, for people to access them easily. I collect these magazines. I got a bunch of them here. I go on eBay. I try to buy them when I can. If I'm at a flea market or if I'm at a comic book shop and I see them, I'll pick them up immediately. It's been fun for me because I grew up with the Nintendo Power, and it always meant something to me to get this issue in the mail and freak out and take it to school and sit at the cafeteria lunch table with my buddies and just scour the issues and look at it, and we would all bring our issues at the same time. We'd all sit around the table and we'd flip it through like, oh, did you see this? And oh, did you see that? And where we got our information, man. There was no internet, you know. It was all done through these, you know. And so for me, I was like, this is awesome. This is like a trip down memory lane. I want to go through and just check them all out because I don't have access to them anymore. Unfortunately, in my younger age, I got rid of them for whatever stupid reason. So now I'm trying to recollect them all, but I don't have them all right now. You know, so it's nice in my mind to kind of just jog my memory, take a trip down memory lane and go, hey man, look at this stuff. And that's where I think Nintendo, between the stuff they're doing with the YouTube and they're claiming rights on everything and all that stuff, and you know, and this, and you have the right to do it. Nobody's saying you don't have the right to do it, but there becomes a fine line of where is it okay to do it and when shouldn't you do it, and just let it go and let bygones be bygones and just go, hey, you know what, let the fans enjoy it, let them have fun with it. Nobody's doing anything derogatory with it and tearing it down and talking trash about it. They're basically just enjoying issues of stuff that you wrote and you made years ago, and that's it at the end of the day. And I feel like that's where Nintendo needs to take a hard look in the mirror right now and just say to themselves, is this really what we want to be doing? Is this really where we want to basically draw a line in the sand with the fans and say, don't cross that line? You know, like, I get when people take your IP and they start making video games and different stuff like that. Like, I'm all 100% behind you on that. When people take emulations and people steal the IP and all that stuff and do their own thing with it, like, I'm with you. I understand it 110%. This, I just don't get it. I don't get it. What do you have to gain out of this by shutting this down? Where do you benefit by shutting it down? That's ultimately where I feel like that's where the mistake comes in. So hopefully Nintendo didn't do this, and hopefully Nintendo, we don't find out that Nintendo did ask them to shut this down. If they did, man, it's just another missed opportunity by Nintendo to just get some good fan relations and get some good graces and some love from the Nintendo community back again. And ultimately that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to win the fans back for the NX, and doing stuff like this just makes you kind of shake your head and go, why? What do you have to gain by doing this? So again, hopefully they didn't do this. Hopefully we find out in the next couple of days, you know, from Game Informer that this wasn't done by Nintendo, that a glitch happened on the website. But I think all signs kind of lead that this was possibly Nintendo and they're doing, and that's kind of sad. So that is all. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you, Sean Capri, for that little chat, that little brief chat. You got my head right where I needed to be before I did this video, so thank you very much for that. You can follow Sean at Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants on Twitter. Check him out. You can follow me, Instagram, Twitter, at Nintendo Gurus. That is all. See me later.